Good evening and welcome to the April 10th, 2025 edition of the Board of Public Works and Safety. The meeting is now called to order. All members are present as well as legal counsel. First on the agenda is approval of minutes from April 3rd, April 3rd, 2025.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the minutes as presented from April 3rd, 2025. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is claims for payment in the amount of $271,652.68.
I'll make a motion to approve claims for payment in the amount of $271,652.68.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve claims for payment as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next, our request. We have a few street closures on the docket tonight. The first one is the annual block party for the Townsend Center.
Dr. Wright sent the request in. I have no objections to this.
Move for approval.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the annual block party for Townsend street closure as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the annual Kentucky Derby Party, scheduled for May 3rd, 2025.
I'll move for approval.
No
Second.
objections.
Sorry.
We have a motion and a second to approve the annual Kentucky Derby Party as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is the Wizenhut Construction request for April 14th, 2025.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Wizenhut Construction approval, street closure approval for April 14th, 2025. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next on the agenda is the High School Traffic Safety LLC road closure. H5. Okay. We'll go with that.
Okay, so this is going to be a two-part closure. This is going to involve a section of US 40 that will be covered by NDOT, and then the other section, which needs to be addressed today, is the South 37th Street. I have Nate with start to finish to talk about it.
Nate, when you approach, just give your full name and your position. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Nate Frazee. I'm owner of Start to Finish Excavating, and we're currently heading up the excavation work for the Valvoline project. And our objective here is to tie in the sewer lateral that's out on Route 40, and we've been in contact with NDOT in regards to shutting down the one lane so we can get to the sewer line to do our work. And I would like to propose shutting down South 37th Street so we can run the water lateral across from the west side of the road to the east side where it shows the job site on the paper that was presented to you guys. And we'd like to try to get both of these done in a timely manner and having the road shut down at the same time to do that.
Was in the original packet.
I do not with.
I have a copy.
Yeah.
I have it, thank you. Just for clarification, you've been in communication with the state NDOT for approval?
Correct. H5 safety company that does our traffic signs is working with them with the design to shut down the Route 40 to reach the sewer lateral.
And they have received that approval, or they're just?
I believe so, yes.
Okay.
And we can get confirmation with a email or whatever need be with that.
And then just for clarity as well, we have the request is for just the southbound of South 37th Street. Are you saying it would be the entire
You want south and north?
south and north?
Yes.
So we can cut across
Right.
from where the water line is over to the job site. I was telling your council member Ken earlier, way we have to do this, there's other utilities in there, and we have to what we call spot check it for elevations. So we don't want to intersect with anything. So if we bore it, you still got to spot check it. So my thinking was, if we come in, we know where it is, we can dig around it. We're still digging around it, but we could get it done faster by digging straight across the line. And being able to get both of those utilities in within a week, hopefully. Shouldn't be no longer in a week, worst case, weather permitting.
On closing 37th, the stoplight, the mechanical stop and go light that's there at Kroger's. I don't know if you've talked to the state on that one, but it would seem to me that when that street's closed, we probably would want to turn that mechanical stop and go light off. Otherwise, that traffic's gonna back up forever because they've either got to turn right and go into Kroger's or go on up into the Walmart complex, similar to what we did on 27. When we did the bridge, they come up and people automatically turn. But if they have a stoplight and it's on, they're gonna wait until it goes to go, it'll never move.
Right.
So I don't know if you've made any contact on that or not, but
Have not.
I would think that light, when you do, ought to be turned off.
So NDOT would head that up for the Kroger, is that what you're saying, City of
I
Richmond?
don't know on that, do you?
It wouldn't be
37th?
us, no, it would be the state.
It'd be the state, it'd be a request to the state.
So that way traffic is still flowing, or would you just want barricades?
Well, I think you're gonna put barricades up there, I'm sure you're gonna do that.
Yeah.
But my question is, if the light is still functioning and cars come up to it, they're gonna stop and wait until they get the green light before they start turning left or right. But if the light's shut off, they'll come up and either turn right or left. Just like we did on 27 when we closed the bridge. You know, you came up the barricades and you just turned either way.
You can, 100 ways of communication on this, and some people are just not gonna know, especially people from out of town aren't gonna know. There's just a lot of opportunities there for issues.
Aspect of it would be to close it completely, obviously, but if they're wanting to move across it, then we're gonna have to come back in another week and do another request for the northbound lanes as well. So if we did it all at once, I feel like that's gonna save them time and manpower on the road itself. And if we just do it quick and get it done,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. How long have we had to look at this request?
I got the email.
Last week.
Looks like there was a phone call made, and then Levon got the email Monday the 7th at 10:25 a.m. So there was a phone call that took place prior to that. I do not know who that phone call was to. It just says, "Thanks for taking my call." You guys have a copy of that email in there?
Yes.
There should be a little packet.
It looks like we were given 7 days' notice. So, okay.
And as far as your time frame to get the fillers out to other people, I don't know if we had requested a date to shut the road down, but we got, a couple weeks or 3 weeks or whatever would work good.
Okay, so April 14th is not a hard date.
No, it's not a hard date. Somebody just said, give us a date, so
Okay.
I can gear up. I got the manpower and, traffic ready to go. My beck and call whenever we're ready to do it. So, but if you guys need a couple weeks or whatever, if we can get it approved.
What are we gonna do if we have an additional 2 weeks?
Yeah.
I'm not sure that we're gonna do anything. I mean, once,
Does it give the opportunity to address the stoplights? Does it give us a little bit more
yeah.
time?
And of course, 37th is not a,
Lightly traveled, yeah.
I'm thinking of that mechanical, whether that's our responsibility or the state's. I'm not sure on that road it's the state's responsibility. I don't know how that
The
all goes.
traffic light?
Yeah,
I think that's the state's
all
responsibility.
traffic lights are state responsibility.
Just at that particular intersection. Or are you talking about further south on
Well, I'm
30?
talking further south, down
Oh.
where you turn to go to either Kroger's or go on up
I think that
in,
might be us,
to Walmart.
Okay.
I would not recommend shutting the light off because
Yeah, but the difference at 12th and Main, you had traffic going east and west, north and south. Here, you only gotta have traffic going one way, north, because you're gonna hit a barricade. So you have to turn right or you have to turn left.
Well, but I mean, you still have that east and west traffic coming from Kroger and Walmart as well. You open yourself up to,
Yeah.
say that everyone who took their driver's license, or took their driver's test should know that when a light is out, like a power outage, you automatically use it as a stop sign, but that,
Well, I agree with you. I forgot the east and west coming out of Kroger's or out of Walmart. Sorry about that.
so I mean,
You're
even
right.
if we leave the light on,
Yeah.
which that would be my personal recommendation, because when you see the barricades, they're still gonna come up to that light regardless. It's just a matter of, you know, if it's blocked all the way across and there's no allowance for any vehicle to come through, then they're like, oh, I gotta turn one way or the other. And it still gives them that other opportunity. They'll still, in theory, see the barricades from South Bay, but it still gives them that additional opportunity to come up to that intersection and make that last minute decision.
Go one step further, what about the light on 40 itself?
That should be NDOT.
Yeah. I guess I don't see a problem with that one. It's, you know, the traffic's gonna back up. Once you close one of those, it'll back up all the way to Henley Road, especially, well, depending which
Especially being
day.
one lane
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
going east.
That's right.
It's gonna
So
really back up.
back up, and people will learn very quickly.
And you're
To
still
go
leaving
around
the
it.
turn lane open for northbound as well.
Right.
So you're really only closing that southbound turn lane.
Has somebody talked to Kroger's at the fact that there's gonna be a lot of people turning into Kroger's?
I have not.
Was it- yeah.
I would say, I don't know if, I mean, they know the project's there, obviously, so I don't know.
Well,
Trying to increase their business.
Well, it's-
I like it.
that's possible. Well, it's gonna double or triple the amount of traffic that goes into Kroger's parking lot,
Yeah, at a time.
I'm sure, yeah.
And potentially into the Walmart up through there as well, or Dollar Tree, whichever.
What's your thinking on the traffic going into Walmart? You go into Walmart, but you really can't get back out onto Main Street. If you do, if you go down by Dollar Tree and come back out, that road's all gonna be backed up, probably clear back up into there.
It's-
Technically, you're not allowed to make a left-hand turn out of.
Well, you can turn right,
Right.
is the only way you can turn, right.
You know, you're gonna still have some room, it looks like, because they're not gonna shut that down to one lane until Golden Corral. Those barricades are, so it's just that next.
Back up.
Yeah.
So what would be the appropriate route to turn left onto Main Street, coming out of either the Kroger or the Walmart Plaza?
Turn
Yeah.
left out of
You gotta turn
Walmart.
at the
Right,
Roadhouse,
and if you
Only go
can't,
right.
Texas Roadhouse lane.
Texas Roadhouse.
okay, so if you're at Walmart, the route to turning left on 40 would be,
Go south to Bachmeyer, or go through the Kroger parking lot to the Texas Roadhouse.
okay.
Can you turn left at the light again? Well, if you're coming, he's talking about when you're coming out of Walmart, turning left.
You can't
The
turn
traffic.
Can't
Right,
turn
that's what I'm
left.
saying, but go up to the next light and turn around and go back is what you're asking, is that what I
No,
understand?
we're talking about if you go through Kroger, you're gonna have to divert, go down into another set of parking lots at the mall there. And then you have to work your way up to, basically the Dick's and the, Texas Roadhouse light.
What is it, Menards and
Yeah, all that,
I don't think that one has an actual name.
no. So. Big congestion,
6 of one, half a dozen the other.
yeah, it's a big congestion point.
Is only, or is this gonna be around the clock?
We can do whatever need be to get across the road. If we get the city's approval and we gotta work till midnight to get it done, I don't have a problem with it.
Would that be better if we,
Well, I think,
does it hours potentially?
I think any time we can take the cars out of the equation, we're gonna be better off.
Yeah.
Yeah. Businesses are open over there, you've got that high traffic.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. We gotta be done before Starbucks opens. So, yeah, I would, if we could somehow come up with an alternate, more evening plan to work on this and keep the traffic flowing as much as possible, I would prefer that.
Oh, that's fine.
Amy, are you saying only to work at night?
I'm not saying that, I'm just saying try to get as much done in the evening as we
In
can.
other words, work longer
Yeah,
if you,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I didn't know if there was any city, regulations on working after 5 o'clock or something like that with this. We could,
Boy, I think in this case, if you could work 24 hours, we'd be thrilled to death.
that's what I'm getting at. So
Yeah.
I don't have a problem doing it if you guys
Yeah.
work with us on that.
I don't know what the traffic count is in that intersection. That's thousands.
yeah,
Yeah.
thousands.
It's a lot, yeah.
And that's one, area of concern that I have too, is right there on the Route 40 where the sewer line is. You know, we're gonna be putting up barricades, and who's to say somebody
Right, yeah.
doesn't have an accident, and I don't want that for our crew,
And absolutely, and I think, you know, the less traffic you have there, the safer your crew's gonna be.
right?
So,
I think we would say to you, if you can work 24 hours on it, go do it,
Okay.
yeah.
We are
And,
good with shutting 37th Street down from that initial block from the East Main to that Kroger line.
right,
Very good.
I think my preference would be to possibly push back the start date a week, though, just to give
Yeah.
the city time to
Oh, yeah.
publicize this, and give people,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
That's not a problem at all.
and with that too, number one concern is going to be safety, obviously, so.
Easter weekend too.
Yeah, that's another question, Easter weekend.
That pushes us into Easter weekend.
We can do it the following, it don't matter.
If we wait a week, that's the Monday after Easter, I believe.
That's a little bit more palatable, I think, for everybody up there as well.
Not this coming
Not the
week, the
14th,
following.
The 21st.
Yes.
yeah.
So just to clarify this, 24 hours, we can work till midnight if we want to.
Unless somebody comes back and tells us no, which we don't think that's gonna be an
It's not
issue.
gonna happen, midnight to midnight.
There you
Well,
go.
there
That'll
is,
get you done in a couple
We
of
we
days,
have a,
maybe.
we have a noise
Right.
ordinance.
Have to get the guys some energy.
And then you can get down to Lawrenceburg, see?
variance, waive that.
Yeah, we need to do a variance, yeah.
There's a noise ordinance that kicks in at 11 PM.
We have to do a variance. All right.
Do we have to, how do we do the variance?
Usually it's a separate vote, so you would vote to do the closing from the 21st to the,
Stay for a solid week, and then if it's done early, then we're good with that.
21st to Saturday, the 26th, and hope you get done by Wednesday, the 23rd.
and then a separate,
Right.
That's 3 days.
and then a separate motion authorizing a noise variance for until midnight, I guess.
Well, if they're-
All night long.
if they're all night long,
If you guys are allowing that, then.
Yeah,
yeah, because you're,
there's no homes in that area or anything.
the only
Yeah,
thing down is
so-
Oaks Road, anything close, so they should be okay.
Not gonna be a problem, so variance from 12 to 12.
I'm gonna ask,
I'll make that motion.
we'll ask Member Powell to stay out there 24 hours with them and keep
Go
them
out there
moving.
and direct it.
What would you guys like to see in a perfect world? Like, we're talking the day after Easter, Monday, when we start, is that the day we're talking?
Yeah.
What time could we start? Could we close the road, have everything set up, out there ready to go and start like at 8 o'clock? Or would you rather start us in the evening?
Sooner the better. You
mean,
know,
we're
I
gonna-
really don't think Easter's gonna make any difference in that intersection.
Well, I think you're just gonna have, I think the only problem you're gonna have is potential families, more families going out to eat, you know, at the Easter and being out, you know, as groups. So there's potential
So
people coming
if we
in.
do our job, they'll go down Bachmeyer and come back up on Garwood Road, if you know it's gonna be closed. If you're coming down 37th, turn to Bachmeyer and go up Garwood and come right back up on Main Street. You don't have to go on. Or you can turn on, South A Street there, where the bank is, yeah.
I'm sitting here kind of thinking, playing stuff out in my head. You get a game plan put together, and then it's like something else kind of crisscrosses. But if we were to shut down, like do a section, like if we had the barricades up ready to go to shut down the whole road, would it be still good to just keep the whole road shut down, or could we like saw cut a little section and have the barricades up? where traffic could go around, or we just stick with the plan of shutting the whole thing down? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're doing the prep work.
Right.
So how long do you think it's gonna take you to cut from the sewer to the job site?
To cut the road,
Yeah,
it's at least a day.
okay,
And depending on how thick the asphalt
Yeah.
is, because I have to subcontract that out, that asphalt could be
see, for safety and everything else, I think we ought to just close the road. I think it'd be simpler, it'd be much safer
yeah.
for you, you can get in there, you can get the cut done, and we only have to listen to the complaints for maybe one day.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah, I'm just trying to minimize the time.
I
as
agree
much
with
as
you,
possible.
yeah.
I'm trying to compress
But
it.
there is some prep work and, you know, there's some utilities out there that we have to hand dig around, and
Absolutely.
we don't want to have any incidents whatsoever.
Absolutely.
And I'm, like the, on the job sites side, there's like, there's there's a water line and some other things, and I'll have that already spot checked with the hydrovac truck. So, but we'll do our due diligence to make sure that it gets done as fast as we can and safely as we can.
With that, I'll entertain a motion.
Well, I'll make the movement for the variance on, working 12 to 12.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second to allow a noise variance for the H5 Traffic Safety LLC closure. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
And then I will make a motion to close South 37th Street beginning on April 21st. Work can operate from 12 to 12, contingent upon approval from NDOT to close off East Main Street concurrently.
I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second to approve the lane closure with the contingencies presented by Board Member Purvis. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Thank you, Council.
All right, and the next,
I will, once he gets that approval from NDOT, I will present that to you guys as well.
appreciate that. Next on the agenda is Summer Farmers Market and Ford Truck Wednesdays. Starts in May.
I have no issues with this.
Move for approval.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve Summer Farmers Market and Food Truck Wednesdays as presented. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next on the agenda are bid openings. Aggregate and bituminous materials 2025. My understanding is there's going to be many, many lines to read in this bid opening. We have one that. All right. First one is from CNA Surety, and they are out of Chicago, Illinois. Let's see. I'm reading this correctly. I believe we have a no bid. For that piece there. The next piece, make sure we're not getting multiple documents. Nope. 3 copies, no bid. Is it Milestone Contractors. Yeah. I went through all of them.
It's unusual to send all that paperwork.
Unless it's somewhere folded deep into this, everything reads, no? Unless I'm missing something. online, okay. All right, well, sorry about that. Because looking through this, it's pages and pages of no bids. It says, paragraph 3, number 5, 25 millimeter base hot asphalt, FOB plant 6275, number 11, surface asphalt 6925. And that was Milestone. Richmond, Indiana. The next one is from US Aggregates here in Richmond, Indiana. We have short sand at $8.95. Sorry, it's $9.95 actually. Sorry about that. Course L gravel at 20. We have number 8 gravel at $15.25. NDOT number 11 gravel at $14.30. NDOT number 23 sand at $15. B Borough fine screened at $9.35. Mason sand at $32. Number 53 stone at $23. And number 73 gravel at $11.70. That was their cover sheet. Next, we have Ernst Concrete. We have concrete, Class A at 174 delivered, Class B at 164 delivered. Concrete delivered of less than 4 cubic yard load at $150 delivery charge. Concrete with fiber reinforcement, Class A, 181. Class B is 171, the same requirement on delivery charge of under 4 cubic yards. Flowable fill will be 136, same stipulation on delivery. Show their bonds. That is all. These will be referred for consideration and tabulation. Next on the agenda, we have bid awards for Community Crossings 2025. When you approach the microphone, please state your name and title, please.
Matt Keller, Director of Public Operations for the City of Richmond. I'm just here to recommend the bid awardal to Milestone Contractors for the Community Crossings project for 2025. This is going to include 1.5 inches of milling, resurface and tack coat for the listed locations in the packet that you should have. I'm asking for Board of Public Works to award the bid for sum not to exceed $1,595,860.55.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve the Community Crossings 2025 as presented by Matt Keller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next, we have contract number 48, 2025 to the Howard Neihart Company Incorporated.
Good evening. Sherry Hemingway, Payroll and Benefits Administrator. The Finance Department is requesting approval of contract number 48, 2025 with the Howard E. Neihart Company. This contract is for an actuarial report of the city's 2025 health insurance plan that is required for the state of Indiana's Gateway annual reporting. The cost for this service is expected to be $3,000.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 48, 2025 to the Howard E. Neihart Company as presented by Sherry Hemingway. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Next is contract number 55, 2025, Advanced Rescue Solutions LLC.
Jamie Miller, Richmond Fire Department. We're seeking approval of contract 55, 2025 to Advanced Rescue Solutions. This will allow them to give us instructions in hazmat courses and advanced rope operations. It should not exceed $30,000. They're the lowest bidder out of 5 total responses.
Move to approve contract number 55-2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 55-2025 to Advanced Rescue Solutions LLC as presented by Jamie Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is contract number 57, 2025 to Holiday Sales LLC.
This is for holiday sales out of New Paris, Ohio. We recently purchased a new Chevy Silverado command vehicle, and this will place a cap on it and all the accessories and installation at a cost of $5,920.
Move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 57, 2025 to Holiday Sales LLC as presented by Jamie Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Next is contract number 58, 2025 to Holiday Sales LLC.
This is for another same type of vehicle, but administrative vehicle. There is a correction on the amount in this. It should be $1,350 for the tonneau cover with insulation and equipment.
And move for approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve contract number 58, 2025 to Holiday Sales LLC as presented by Jamie Miller. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Thank you. Next on the agenda are addendums. Addendum number 1 to contract number 214, 2025 to Early Wine Pest Control.
Good evening, Karen O, Purchasing Manager. On December 12th, 2024, we approved Early Wine Pest Control Contract 214-2024 for pest control services for multiple locations here in the city. I am now asking for approval of addendum number 1 to contract 214-2024 to add services to 3 locations, including the RPD evidence area at 401 South Q Street. We are adding rodent control services at Highland Lake Golf Course, and then the new sanitation building at 25 North 7th Street. The increase for the annual contract would be $2,280 for a new not-to-exceed amount $8,800.
Move to approve addendum number 1, contract number 214-2025.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to approve addendum number 1 to contract number 214, 2025 to Early Wine Pest Control as presented by Kara No. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Is there anything else to discuss tonight before we close the meeting? Well, we are so adjourned. Thank you.
You are watching Whitewater Government Television, WGTV, Channel 11, part of the Whitewater Community Television